Welcome back to the channel. How is everybody doing? Hope y'all had a good weekend. I got this Nitro. I think that's what this is, like a 2010 model. Anyway, what's going on is a couple of warning lights. Actually the airbag light. Y'all can see that. They in for the airbag lights. Now, as you know, airbags or airbag warning, the airbag warning system is very important, okay? Because if this light is on, you need to be aware that your airbag system is basically disabled. So in the event of an accident or crash or whatever have you, your airbags will not deploy. Okay, you got one on this side and one on this side. Because that light is on, your system is now disabled. So what do you do to rectify that? It's fairly simple. You take it somewhere and get it checked. Now, a lot of the aftermarket shops have scan tools that reads only emission P codes. Okay, a lot of their scan tool will not get into the body function. Some will, so I'm not knocking all of them, but some won't. The particular dealership can access anything on your car if this is a, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge vehicle. So basically, and depending on the scan tool you have, you will be able to access it also. So I'm at Brothers Motors right now, and they have a scan tool that can read the airbag, the body controller, the transmission module, things like that. So we're not just limited to P codes. All right. So depending on what the code is will dictate what I need to do. All right. I don't know that until I scan it. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go from here. I just want to enlighten you on the fact you did the right thing as far as the customer go, or as far as consumer go. Yes, the right thing was to bring it into the shop in the first place and find out what's going on. A lot of customers, any kind of warning lights that come on, they go into panic mode. Now, I wouldn't really call airbag panic mode, but it is important to get it looked at. So they're here. Let me hook up my scan tool. Right now, I'm going to take a ad break, commercial break, whatever you want to call it. Y'all stick around, hang around, and I will be right back, man. So stay with me. Let's find out what is going on, why this airbag light is on. All right, I'll be right back. Stay with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thanks for staying with us and joining us here. Okay, so what I see here, actually, this is a 2012 Jeep Liberty, okay, with a 3.7. Now, I have 7 fault codes. Wow, 1 flash and 2 recalls. So let's take a look and see exactly why the airbag light was on. Okay, the airbag will be found in the ORC. So let's look on the ORC. And what we will find is B2208. Wow, the occupant restraint controller internal 2. Okay, that, my friend, is some internal problems going on with the module itself. Okay, so let me find out exactly. All right, here we go here. B2208. All right, possible causes. Possible cause, wow. The only thing that they want you to do basically is simple. Replace the occupant restraint module. Okay, so basically there's not even no diagnostics under here. It just simply says repair, replace ORC in accordance with the service manager. So pretty much if you see this code, you need a module. It's pretty self-explanatory, all right? Now, let me go over something with you. Why the dealership has the advantage. Okay, let's take a look. Let's go back to this window here. Now, let's go under recalls. Okay, now that's what I tell you. Most shops you will not see this, and most shops will not bother to tell you this. Okay, there is a couple of incomplete recalls on this car, and one of them happened to be recall N38, which will require you to wow, it's an active head restraint. So some airbag recalls on this car. Here's another one. Let's take a look at this one. All right. Basically, wow. This is one lucky customer, okay? Basically, no parts returned. Basically, doing the recall, Chrysler obligated to give you an occupant restraint module. Okay, so it's likely they found some problems with the module and they want you to check some part numbers. The occupant restraint on about 414,000 of the above vehicles may cause an illuminated airbag warning light, which is exactly the problem she having. Okay, the light is on, and the light is on for internal problem. So according to this recall, the repair, the ORC part number must be inspected and the ORC must be replaced if necessary. Okay, so what I need to do is verify. I'm going to head to the dealership. What I'm going to do is verify the part number on the ORC, and if it matches what they telling me would match, and it will result in a new ORC module. Okay, so you will not be wasting money by doing it this way. Hypothetically, a typical shop would probably misdiagnose it and have you paying for something you don't have to pay because you have a recall on it. Man, I see it all the time. People paying for repairs they don't have to because they have a recall on it, only because they don't know. The process of getting your recalls normally comes in the mail. Okay, Chrysler would try to send out to the car owner's address on file, and half of the time it doesn't make it there. All right, so let me head over to the dealership and get a ticket wrote up on this, and we're gonna get this repaired at a dealership. I'm gonna get them a new module, and I'm also look the car over and see if they need any other repairs. So you all, this is a good time for another ad break, so y'all stay with me. I'm gonna head over to the dealer. I'm gonna finish this video up at the dealership. All right, so hang tight, and I'll be right back. Well, welcome back. Thanks for staying with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here now at the dealership, man. I have my diagnostic scan tool plugged in, my little patented, what we use at the shop, and I was right. The part number, you can see numbers on the scan tool that relate. So I simply had to go to the parts department and cross-reference it, and I found out that yes, I have to put the ORC module on this car. So basically the customer getting the module free because there was a recall on the ORC system. Now you can't assume you're going to get a new module. Like I say, part numbers have to match and things have to match, and you got to go through a simple process. So I had to convert back to a dealership technician at this point, and I found out that yes, it's simple. I have to replace this. Okay, so ORC module, and I think the other recall was for the headrest. We have to flash it. So it's 2 recalls actually on this car. So let me get all this panel and stuff off. I think this whole ORC module is hidden. I think it lives somewhere in here. So I'm gonna go do some investigation, find out where it lives. Likely I will have to remove this center console and all this stuff to gain access to this. There's no sense in me showing you how to do this. This is a recall. So only the dealership can do your recall. You don't really need to be messing around. You have to, first thing you need to do is disconnect the battery. But any kind of airbag problems, man, I think highly trained personnel should work on. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is get to work. I'm gonna go to one more ad break and actually end this video because there's nothing else to discuss. The airbag light will be off when I'm done. All right. So thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next video.